Hi, welcome to the Blueshirts corner. So the Rangers took on the Minnesota Wild last night, came away with a 4-2 win after going down 2 goals. They battled back. Both JT Miller and Derek Brassard both had 2 points on the night as they continue to dominate. I love this first line. Besides the first 10 minutes of this game, I felt like this team played a complete game. The fact that the first 2 minutes kind of got away from us as Mark Stahl takes a shot, Ryan Carter gets in front of it, and it's the other way on a clear breakaway, and Mark Stahl's trailing as Ryan Carter breaks in on Henrik Lundqvist and fires this right under the crossbar. And then about 5 minutes after that, the fact that, again, Mark Stahl in the penalty box as the Minnesota Wild are on the power play. And then a guy like Matt Dumba winds up getting this goal as Dylan McIlrath goes down to block a shot as they're killing this off, and it gets past Lundqvist. As Matt Dumba makes this a 2-0 game, and then we're going into the first intermission. I felt like we needed a spark, and we got just that as Ryan McDonagh deacon through a couple of guys after he gets this pass from Matt Zuccarello about 3 minutes into that second period, and now it's a 2-1 game as the Rangers start to mount the comeback as JT Miller receives a pass from Derek Brassard, gets this right past Devin Dubnyk to make this a tie game at 2. As the Rangers have all the momentum carrying over to that third period as Derek Brassard puts the Rangers up by a goal after getting this nice pass from JT Miller, and now the Rangers look like that's it, like they won this one as the Minnesota Wild just could not come back. They pulled the goaltender, then Chris Kreider gets the empty net goal as he stops short and gives himself time to just sail this into the empty net. And I felt like this team just they're finding ways to win games, and that's all that really matters. Besides those first 2 goals, Henrik Lundqvist was just out of his mind in a sense. He was the reason for the Rangers having life after going down 2 goals. Henrik Lundqvist stopped everything after that point. The last 2 periods, it was all Henrik Lundqvist shutting the door, and I felt like this team was going to find a way to bounce back after Ryan McDonagh deacon passed a couple of guys on some forward fashion. I mean, I didn't think that Ryan McDonagh could deke like this. I'm just glad that we have a defenseman like Ryan McDonagh, and I can only imagine if we were able to make a trade and pick up somebody that's solid to play next to Ryan McDonagh, this team would be dominating at this point. I'm just glad to see that this team now has a chance to mount back-to-back wins as we're playing the Philadelphia Flyers tomorrow as we're in Philly. I feel like if we could win tomorrow's game and get back-to-back wins, we'd be right back at it. I felt like this team was going to win that game versus the New Jersey Devils and continue the winning streak. I mean, the fact that we had back-to-back solid games versus the Vancouver Canucks and then the Carolina Hurricanes back in January, and then we came up with the stinker versus the Ottawa Senators, but then came out and finished the job versus the Buffalo Sabres, and then I felt like the All-Star break we'd be rested up and we would be able to come out and dominate in that game versus the New Jersey Devils. And you know what? The special teams killed us, but the fact that we came out and we managed to battle back after going down 2 goals gives me hope for the future. I feel like this team is finding ways to win games, and that's all that matters. As long as we could mount up some points here and catch up with the Washington Capitals, we're in good shape. Like, this team could definitely win a Stanley Cup with some minor tweaks on the blue line. If we could keep that first line intact, maybe trade a guy like Rick Nash and get a good defenseman to play next to Ryan McDonagh, this team can win a cup. They really can. I feel like we should have Dylan McIlrath have a full-time gig here. Him and Keith Yandle should stay together as a second pairing. I feel like Mark Stahl and Dan Girardi, these 2 guys, they need to start to wake up. The fact that Henrik Lundqvist shut the door, the fact that JT Miller and Derek Brassard fueled this team for the comeback, and we came back and we won this one. It's covering up for the mistakes that the defense is making, but the fact that Ryan McDonagh put up a goal, it gives me hope for the future. I think Ryan McDonagh is back to being the Rangers captain, leading this team the way he did in this one. But it's good to see that this team now has 19 wins on home ice, as we haven't been the road warriors that we were in previous seasons. I'm just hoping if we could beat the Philadelphia Flyers to win some games on the road, we could come back. Well, this team has been solid on home ice. We just need to be better on the road. And if we could beat the Philadelphia Flyers, then go back home Monday, finish the job that we started Tuesday and take out the New Jersey Devils, and then we're back on the road come Wednesday the 10th to play the Pittsburgh Penguins. And if we could win that one on the road, then we're back at home for Friday's game versus the LA Kings, which that's the game I got circled on my calendar, where I feel like if we could win that one, then we know that this team is definitely worthy of going deep in the playoffs. But you know what? We just have to stay positive and take out the good parts out of the game and try to have a short memory when it comes to some of the bad stuff that we have seen out of this team of late. Alain Vigneault needs to do something about the defense. I'm glad to see that a guy like Jason Magna got to get recalled and got to have some playing time. Tanner Glass being in the press box is still shocking me. I don't even know how Daniel Paille is still in his lineup. Daniel Paille has now become the guy. I mean, I would rather have Tanner Glass in the lineup over Daniel Paille. That's when you know that this guy's got to go. I don't even know why we signed Daniel Paille to begin with, because he has not done anything. He's getting pushed around, and that's just not called for. There's no spot for this guy in the team. I thought he was bringing something to this team, and he's still yet to prove something to me. I don't see what this guy is even doing. There's no point in having Daniel Paille. I'd rather have Jason Magna. And better yet, I'm surprised we haven't recalled some of these guys. Like Ryan Bourque deserves a shot, especially over Daniel Paille. But anyway, I'm just gonna look forward to tomorrow's game. Keep everybody posted. Just remember, let's go Rangers.